So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Cause when there's
Taco Guru. Hell is not frozen over, ladies and gentlemen. This is Raw Review number 1. What can I say, man? There's a lot to get into. Hope you joined yesterday's stream. I explained it all. This should be fun. Right? What is going on, everybody? My name is Jesse, aka, of course, your one and only WWE Smark. What is going on with you, man? Man, who would have thunk it, man? But I tell you what, at the end of the day, bottom line, I'm here because of you people. I'm here because of you people, man. You guys want me to watch? Fine. Fine. I'll watch. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes, man. What can I say? At least I have the honor and the privilege of saying this. I'm starting this off in the Triple H era. Vince is finally 100% gone. And it does feel like a new day. Pardon the pun. It feels like a new day. Quaz, your birthday, man? Oh, man. Guys, let me get some birthday cake emojis for my boy Quaz on his 33rd today, man. That deserves a... That deserves a round of applause, bruh. That deserves a round of applause. Happy birthday, bruh. One of my mainstays, man. One of my mainstays. Oh, man. So, what did you guys think of Raw? What did you guys think of Raw? It's my first time jumping in. Feet first, getting into the flow, the ebbs and flows of things around here. Gotta say, on the surface, it doesn't appear that too much has changed, but I do see the changes. I do see the subtle changes, the camera shots, some of their options as far as it goes with how they shoot certain angles and certain things and certain promos. You can tell that the Kevin Dunn has been rinsed off of this product. You can tell that the Dunnisms are gone. They're a thing of the past. And for that alone, I can appreciate that, man. I can appreciate that because after decades of the same old stuff when it pertains to how they shoot things, the way they do things, the camera angles, the mega zooms and the zoom outs and all of that stuff. I mean, come on. That stuff gets repetitive. It gets annoying. But you can tell that it's gone. And for that, it's already a fresh start. It feels good, man. It does feel good. So let's get into it. if you're not following me on Twitter, you should be, because that is where I will make sure that anything that I post here goes up there as well. I'm not on there as much because it's Twitter. It's Twitter. Follow me on Instagram as well. Both of the tags are right here on the desk, at the real ChiTown Smark for Instagram and at ChiTown Smark for Twitter. We're going to start posting a lot more on Instagram. Want to know why? Because I have a lot of stuff to post and my wife runs it. So, should be easy, right? Should be easy, man. Let's get into the show tonight. We had a lot going on in tonight's show, man. Sami Zayn is putting that IC title on the line for the first time since winning it from Gunther. All right, he's gonna defend against Chad Gable. What else happened today? We got Sheamus making his big return. Sheamus has been out of competition since suffering shoulder injury back in August on SmackDown. And tonight he made his huge return. It's good to see Sheamus again, man. It's good to see Sheamus again. Sheamus is one of those guys that have been around for an extremely long time. You know, you can tell he's a lifer. You know, he's a company guy, and not only that, doesn't hurt to be Triple H's BFF. So that's always a good thing as well. But I'm glad Sheamus is still here, looking strong, looking good. Sheamus deserves everything that he's getting right now because Sheamus is an OG. Sheamus is a legit OG in WWE, man. Cody, the Codester. Cody becomes a little bit more aware of who his first contender will be for his undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, as we will have a number one contenders match here tonight. And also that bleeds into SmackDown as well. It'll be a triple threat match to earn the right to face one of another number one contenders match next week. What else we got? Liv Morgan is on a revenge tour, man. Liv Morgan blindsided Rhea Ripley last week with an attack backstage following a conversation Ripley had with Dominik, and employed the use of a chair. And she whacked her pretty good, man. She whacked her pretty good with that damn chair. I thought the leg of that chair cracked her in the face, man. I thought she had a messed up concussion, man. I seriously did. But then she came out tonight in a sling, and as we all know, Rhea Ripley had to relinquish the Women's World Championship. She's not happy about it. She's not happy about it, man. But what else we have on the show? Piper Niven and Chelsea Green look to redeem themselves against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I got some thoughts on that because that happened. We got Candice LeRae, for some reason, is heel in WWE. Maybe someone can explain that to me. Heel Candice LeRae. I know she's the Poison Pixie, but heel Candice LeRae? Is that vibing with anyone? Does that make any sense at all? Is it working? I don't know. I'll let you guys know what I see it as we go through this show. All right. The show starts off. We hear from Rhea Ripley. We've all heard the news. We've all heard the reports that Rhea had not only suffered an injury, but it was a pretty extensive injury, and it was one that would cause her to relinquish the Women's World Championship, man. That sucks. That sucks. It feels cool to come in and start this era off Vince free, but it sucks for me to come in and have to start this era off Rhea Ripley free. That's a mega blow. That's a mega blow. They could not have had a bigger blow than this to the women's division in WWE. This kind of thing is a momentum killer. I mean, I know absence make the hearts grow fonder at times, but Rhea Ripley was on a tear. I mean, she was just untouchable. Untouchable, man. She was running things in that division, and it kind of started to spread out and just go into all aspects of the WWE. Rhea Ripley was a force, and now they're going to have to find a way to keep that momentum going when she gets back, whenever that is. I'm not too sure, but I can tell you right now, if they had her relinquish that title, it is not going to be a short stint. And that's scary, man. That is scary. She worked so hard to get to the position she's in right now. It's not that she needs to be worried about her position in the company. It will always be there for her. It's just sometimes that momentum is very hard to get back. Very, very hard to get back. So, thoughts and prayers to Rhea Ripley. Get better soon. Get back here, because I have a very strange feeling that the Judgment Day might fizzle a little bit without the Eradicator. But we shall see. Also, the women's division is going to have to be picked up. I don't know what their plan is. I understand the odds-on favorite is for Liv Morgan to possibly win the title and get a nice little push. I think that's deserved. You know, I think Liv has always been on the cusp of being at the top, but never quite got there. But right now, she has big shoes to fill, man. And it's going to be a hard sell to convince us that Liv Morgan is the replacement for Rhea Ripley right now. I'm kind of worried they're going to dig back into the crates and dig Charlotte up and slide Charlotte in that space, you know, or just give it to Becky. I mean, it's just, my God. It just feels like such a messed up situation for the division as a whole, and where the title's going to go, what they're going to do with it. Don't even get me started on Nia Jax. Do not even get me started on Nia Jax. I'd rather see Maxine Dupree. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. All right. Rhea says fans obviously know what's going on. Then she says after Liv Morgan attacked her last week, she was told that she'll be stuck on the bench for quite a few months. She says she's angry and pissed off because she's been told that she has to vacate the Women's World Championship. She's expressed how much the title means to her, then lays it down in the ring. That is the death sign, man. No one wants to see their champion lay that title down in the ring and have to leave it there. Ripley says everything that's been happening is because of her revenge tour. Liv Morgan has been on this revenge tour. I don't know. I haven't seen too much of it. I know Morgan was definitely getting over at one point. That was as a babyface. I'm not too sure how this run is going. I'm assuming this is a heel run. I mean, you attacked Rhea Ripley, you are a heel. So I'm assuming Liv is a heel at this point. So, she says, she puts whoever the new champion is, whoever the new champion is gonna be, on notice and says she'll be coming for blood when she returns. Liv Morgan's music hits. She makes her way down to the ring, being followed and chased down by officials and security holding her back. Same for Rhea Ripley. The two exchange words before Morgan retreats to the back. Ripley then headbutts one of the security guards out of frustration. I'm not sure why Liv Morgan came out there. But she went to come out, look at Rhea, and then turn around and leave. They come back from the break, and we see Ripley giving hugs to the Judgment Day. Damian Priest tells Ripley that Morgan will regret ever messing with her, and she will come back more dangerous than ever. Ripley tells Judgment Day to stay on top while she's gone. You can tell she's going to be missed, man. Rhea Ripley is going to be missed in so many different aspects of TV for WWE. They put a lot of stock in her, and as they should have. You know, she's amazing right now. She is doing some of the best work of any female in all of pro wrestling right now. She's on top of her game. And you love to see it, but you hate to see injuries like this. So hopefully things will get better sooner rather than later. We got Sheamus versus Ivar in Sheamus' big return. Who do you guys think is going to win this match? The bell rings and the two lock up. The pair try to level each other out with shoulder tackles, but both remain on their feet. We get big, meaty men slapping meat. Love to see it. They exchange strikes, and Sheamus runs Ivar over with a shoulder tackle. He sets up for the 10 beats of Budrun, but Ivar counters with a jawbreaker. Ivar then ascends to the top, but Sheamus catches him with a series of right hands and joins him up there. He delivers white noise off the middle rope to Ivar. Back from another break, Sheamus delivers a body slam to Ivar. He follows it up with the 10 beats of Bartram and gets Ivar up on his shoulders. But Ivar escapes and connects with a kick. He follows it up with a spin kick, with a backspin heel kick, and ascends the top. Then delivers a splash and goes for the pin, but Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus, his moveset, it hasn't changed. It's pretty much been the same. It is the same, and it hasn't changed. And that being said, you still gotta love it because it's Sheamus, man. He hits all the markers, man. You know he hits the big spots, and it's Sheamus. I'm hoping they do something special with Sheamus, but okay, we'll get into that. Ivar fires off right hands on Sheamus in the corner, but Sheamus gets fired up and lands a few of his own. Ivar looks to fly off the ropes, but Sheamus takes him down mid-air. He follows up with bicycle knee and the bro kick for the win. Sheamus celebrates with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee like he just won the Super Bowl. Feels good for Sheamus, man. Glad to see he's back. I hope they do something very interesting with Sheamus this time. You know, I know they've been spreading this kick of how he has never been IC champion? Yeah, he's never been Intercontinental champion, and that title has eluded him. That's great and all, but I'm gonna be honest with you, that doesn't feel like enough to me. Watching Sheamus chase for the IC title when he will eventually win it, because if they're putting it out there to us like that he really wants it and he's never had it before, he's going to win it. I guess the more interesting story would be is how do they do it? How does it go about happening? What kind of story are they going to tell? Is he going to stay a straight babyface the whole time? Is he going to get frustrated and try to win it by any means necessary? how exactly what will be Sheamus's route to that IC title? And I just hope it's a little bit more interesting than he's never won it before. I feel like they can do better than that. At least I hope that they can. And it should make for a much more interesting story. But we shall see. Triple H makes his way out to the ring, and he has a table with the covenant black cloth over the table. All right. We all know when that table comes out and that black cloth is over it, we know that means new titles. Triple H says it's hard to believe that only 8 days ago we were in the midst of the biggest WrestleMania of all times. He says a new era has started, and Adam Pearce says that a new era began for the tag team division as well, and addresses the separation of the Raw and the SmackDown tag team championships at WrestleMania. He then introduced Awesome Truth. They make their way down to the ring. R-Truth does the splits in the ring. Shucking and jiving and dancing. All right. Triple H congratulates Miz and Truth on becoming the new Raw Tag Team Champions. He tells Truth that seeing him have his WrestleMania moment was awesome, and announces that from now on, they will be known as the World Tag Team Champions. He unveils and removes the cloth, and we see shiny, new, fantastic, awesome-looking new Tag Team Championship belts. They look great. Don't know who designed those, but they look great. This is where they continue to make Truth look like a complete idiot. I'm sorry, I love Truth. I love Ron Killings. But you guys know what I'm talking about, don't you? Truth becomes excited and says he's never seen a trick like the one Triple H just did. He says Triple H made titles appear out of nowhere. Actually, take that back. He didn't consider the guy in the ring that removed the cloth Triple H. He thinks that was Tommaso Ciampa. True story. True story. He says he knows good magicians when he sees one, and then Triple H tells Miz to explain the truth, what just happened, and Miz had to tell Truth that Triple H is not a magician. Truth brings up little Jimmy and asks what else Ciampa is hiding, but Miz rings him in and tells them that it's their chance to take the new World Tag Team Championships to new heights. Miz says that's why Pearce and Triple H, but before he can continue, Truth asks where Triple H is. He said, where do you see Triple H? Miz tells him Truth. He says Truth in French that the titles are on the table and that there are new titles. Truth finally begins to understand what's going on. Why do they continue to paint Truth to look like a complete moron? I understand Truth, you get jokes. You know, I get that part. But sometimes it just feels like he's just, I don't know. Maybe it's me. At least he's a champion right now. We'll see how serious of a run that they get. Triple H takes the old Raw Tag Team Championship titles from Truth and Miz and then hands the new ones over to them. He wishes Pearce good luck and left the ring. Pearce then asks Truth why he made Triple H leave the ring. Truth says Triple H wasn't out there. Pearce gives up on trying to explain this and says a triple threat number one contenders match will determine their first challengers. Out comes DIY, the Creed brothers, and the New Day. DIY comes out, and Truth says, there's Triple H right there. Jeez, man. But I get it. Truth got jokes. I get it. So we got the Creed brothers, we got DIY, and we have the New Day, a triple threat tag team match. I am not familiar with the Creed brothers at all. I've never seen one single Creed brothers match. So this was my first impression of the Creed brothers in this match. I like them. I like how they move. I like their chemistry. I like what I saw in this one match. Brutus, Woods, and Gargano begin the action. The bell rings and Woods rains down right hands on the Brutus. Gargano pulls Woods off and does the same, but Brutus levels Gargano with a forearm. Brutus, Woods, and Gargano then take turns rolling up one another before Brutus delivers a double clothesline to Gargano and Woods. Julius tags in, and the Creed brothers look to deliver a double suplex to Woods and Gargano, but Ciampa and Kingston gets in the ring. Everyone begins brawling with one another before DIY knocks New Day and the Creed brothers to the outside. DIY looks to fly to level the Creed brothers, but the Creed brothers catch them. New Day then flies to level everyone on the outside. We come back from commercial break. Julius, Ciampa, and Kingston exchange strikes in the center of the ring. Julius connects with a jumping knee on Ciampa, but then cinches in the ankle lock on Kingston. Ciampa breaks the hold, and everyone begins brawling with one another again. It turned into, it's kind of hard to have a triple threat tag team match without all kinds of shenanigans, coming from it, everything. You got 6 men in the ring with no rules. I never understood why a tag team is sitting there on the apron waiting for a tag when there's no rules to the match. Just get in the ring. There's no disqualification. Why are you sitting there holding the tag rope? I never understood that. So, they all take turns leveling each other before Ciampa delivers a power bomb, double knees to the spine combination as Gargano flies to level everyone else on the outside. And Awesome Truth is spotted watching the action from the announce desk. Project Ciampa in the middle of the ring. Tommaso Ciampa is an ageless. I don't understand it. I don't understand how he does it. This guy has gotten better like a fine wine. He is so good. He does encounter a lot of injuries, but man, he is so good. Woods tags in. Again, not sure why everyone's sitting around waiting for tags. There's no DQ. Woods tags in and delivers a kick to Ciampa's head. He follows it up with a tornado DDT and a clothesline. Then delivers a spinning forearm to Brutus. Kingston tags in and delivers a kick to Ciampa's head, but Ciampa is sent crashing into the ring post, shoulder first. New Day then delivers a wheelbarrow leg drop combination, but Julius levels Kingston with a belly-to-belly suplex. He connects with one on Woods, and both members of DIY tag in Brutus. Kingston ascends to the top, but Julius joins him up there and delivers a suplex. Xavier Woods then delivers an elbow drop to Julius off the top rope. Goes for the pin, but DIY breaks up the fall by landing double super kicks on him. Gargano then pins Woods for the win. DIY, your new number one contenders. DIY versus Awesome Truth. Where do they go with this one, man? Where do they go with this one? You just crowned Awesome Truth as the new World Tag Team Champions. Awesome. Great. It's good for them. Now you put them in a championship match against a legitimate tag team like DIY, who can outwork both of these guys easily. No knock on them, but DIY are just, man, they're good. They're really good at what they do. So how is Truth and Miz going to beat DIY? Don't know. We get back from commercial break. We have Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae making their way down to the ring. Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile to follow. Why is Candice LeRae a heel? I remember seeing the segment when she went out there and just bullied poor Maxine. I say poor Maxine, but I booed her too, man. She is so bad. And it was so cringe watching Michael Cole and Pat McAfee do their best to try to put Maxine over as a legitimate wrestler. Man, that was so, I mean, she would do the absolute most mundane move on the planet. It would be subpar, and Michael Cole is out there acting like this woman is ready for the Hall of Fame. Bro, she's not good. It's okay to not be good, but why are they trying to convince us that she is? All right, she's not good. That's fine. Get her some more training, man. We'll get there at some point. Hopefully, that is the goal. But she's not there yet. And the more you try to convince me that she's there, the more offended I'm going to get. The bell rings. The two lock up. We get Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell versus Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile. They lock up. Nile delivers a drop kick and enziguri to Hartwell and then tags in Dupree. Dupree delivers a crossbody off the top rope, then follows it with a German suplex and goes for the pin. Hartwell kicks out. LeRae gets halfway into the ring, ready to break up the fall if needed. Dupree momentarily becomes distracted by her, allowing Hartwell to clock her and tag in LeRae. LeRae continues wearing down Dupree and tags Hartwell back in. This is why I'm kind of laughing at this, man, because Ivy Nile, from what I've seen, she's really good in the ring. Indy Hartwell, mediocre at best. At best. Candice LeRae is a goddamn ring general, okay? And if you don't know, and if you're just watching this tag match, you would just watch Candice LeRae have to slow down so much so that everyone can keep up with her. And my God, you can tell, man. Candice LeRae is a beast among boys in this tag match. And then they got her set up with this heel gimmick. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. LeRae tags in and prevents Dupree from making the tag out to Nile. Dupree delivers a knee to LeRae's midsection and levels her with a flatliner. Then looks to tag in Nile. Hartwell captures the referee's attention and Nile tags in, but the referee doesn't see the tag and kicks Nile out of the ring. Hartwell takes advantage and lands the boot to Dupree while the referee isn't looking, then puts LeRae on top of Dupree so she can pin her for the win as she holds Nile's ankles to prevent her from making the tag in. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell win by cheating. Of course, they're heels. So, Hartwell, I remember Hartwell played, she played a character very well when she was in The Way. And I noticed that she played her character very well when she was dealing with Dexter Loomis and things like that. But in the ring, I mean, nothing special at all. Just there. Putting her with Candice LeRae, I thought, and maybe she has improved. I don't remember what Indy looked like at the very early stages of her career. But if it's an improvement from what she started at now because she's been working with Candice LeRae for a while, then maybe that's the payoff of her working with Candice LeRae. But my God, man. my God, between Indy Hartwell and Maxine Dupree, I am really going to miss Rhea Ripley. I am really going to miss Rhea Ripley, man. We head backstage to Judgment Day's lounge, and we see Damian Priest hyping up Dominik and JD and Finn for their roles and all their prospective matches tonight. Damian Priest is beginning to assert himself as the new leader of the Judgment Day. I know it was very ambiguous before as to who the leader was, but who are we kidding? Everyone sitting here right now knows exactly who the leader of the Judgment Day is and was the whole time. Maybe they weren't sure, but we knew. We knew. Back at ringside, Andrade makes his way down to the ring. Dominik and McDonough follow. We have Andrade versus Dominik Mysterio with McDonough at ringside. The bell rings and Dominik delivers a chop to Andrade. He clinches in and he clinches in a side headlock, but Andrade catches him with a shoulder tackle and ascends to the top. He connects with a crossbody and the Three Amigos, but Dominik reverses into a Three Amigos of his own on the third one. Andrade ascends to the top and looks to fly, but McDonough hops on the apron. This opens up the door for Dominik to trip Andrade. Come back from commercial break. Andrade looks to fly off the rope, but Dominik moves out of the way and delivers a Mexican destroyer in Canada. And Andrade on the barricade. He gets him back in the ring and goes for the pin, but Dominik kicks out. McDonough hops onto the apron, but Andrade clocks him. He then delivers the message to Dominik for the win. I got to tell you, man, I am extremely impressed. Extremely impressed with the work and the development of Dominik Mysterio. I don't know if this is a known thing. I don't know if this has been said enough. I think his heel work is a little overblown with the booing. I mean, from what I can tell, Dominik hasn't really been doing anything to really be booed like this since last year's WrestleMania. Now people are just booing him just because they are trained to boo him like that. He hasn't done anything heel-like to really deserve these kind of boos. They're just doing it just because they're trained to do it. So that part I don't get, but I'm not going to let that take that away. I'm highly impressed with what Dominik is doing. I think working with guys like Andrade will be very, very, very well suited for him. He can only learn and he can only get better. You guys think Dominik is mid? I disagree, man. I think Dominik, for his experience level, for his age, and for everything he's currently doing, I think he's doing a fantastic job. You know, I don't think he's the top performer in the industry, but all things considered, with how long he's been in this business, which is not very long at all, I think he's doing very well. I think he could be doing so much worse. I feel like he is doing enough out there to earn his keep. I understand how he got his foot in the door. That's never going to change. We all know why he is at the spot where he is right now, but who are we kidding? Having your father be Rey Mysterio can only get you so far. It can only get you a tryout. It can only get you a look. It can only get you a few spots here and there. But if you are continuously still being pushed and still being booked and on TV and everything else, you're bringing something to the table. You're bringing something to the table, man. And I think Dominik is doing very, very well for his level of experience right now. But we'll see. After the break, we have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven making their way down to the ring. against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Gotta tell you, man, didn't care about this match one single bit. One single bit. Why? Because I have no reason to. I have no reason to. Everything that Chelsea Green touches, it seems to just turn into just fluff and comedy and nothing of importance. And I think that's a crying shame because Chelsea Green is very, very good at what she does. She is very good. Her strength, her strongest point is character work. All right. If you don't know, Chelsea Green as the hot mess on the Indies was must see for women's wrestling. Just must see. Now they have her with doing this Karen gimmick. Maybe she's enjoying it. I don't know. But nonetheless, nothing in this character can be taken seriously. Therefore, putting a complete ceiling on anything that she can accomplish in this company. So I don't agree with it. I think she can be a much, much better, much more of an asset to the women's division than what they're giving us right now. Carter and Niven begin the action. The bell rings and the two lock up. Chance tags in and double teams on Niven with Carter, but Niven levels both of them and tags in Green. Niven levels Chance with the discus clothesline, but Green charges at her in the corner. Chance catches her with a boot and tags in Carter. Carter and Chance double team Green, but Green slaps Carter and looks to tag out to Niven. Carter pulls her back into the corner, then delivers a series of chops and a swinging reverse STO. Chance looks to fly, but Niven catches her with the fallaway slam. Carter sends Green crashing to the mat and then goes for the pin. But Niven breaks the fall and delivers a running low crossbody to Carter. Green then rolls up Carter for the win. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven gets the win. You know, I've always been a fan of the wrestling matches with the polar opposite dynamics. So like a Piper Niven, you know, versus a Katana Chance. You know, I love the big small. I love the Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles. You know, especially if you have the bigger person that knows how to work without injuring their opponent. To me, it's such a interesting chemistry right there, and I love it. But I just don't give a shit about this match. I just didn't give a single shit about it. I don't know why it was happening, what the purpose of it was. But we shall see. Maybe it turns into something later. Cody makes his way down to the ring. I gotta get a Cody button programmed on here. I gotta get a wow. I gotta get that button programmed. I want it right here. I want it right there in that spot. Wow! Cody Rhodes asks Montreal what they want to talk about. He says it in French. I'm told that he nailed it. Then he asked Adam Pearce then he thanks Adam Pearce for letting him hang out on Raw, even though he's technically a SmackDown star. Ooh, look at that. Forbidden door. Forbidden door. He says WrestleMania 40 can't be reflected on forever, then addresses his two potential next challengers for the undisputed WWE Championship in LA Knight or AJ Styles. He says he could talk about Seth for hours, but he's going to keep it brief. He thanks him, then addresses The Rock and says it was news to him that he did a 10-week program to get into the shape that we saw The Rock get in. for WrestleMania. He says he thinks The Rock has a lot more than one match left in him. Then says, despite The Rock saying he was going to make him bleed, he'll make him bleed if he does. Then he invites Jey Uso out to the ring, and he makes his way down. Jey comes out and yeets with the crowd. Starts, fanning the farts. I dig Jey. I think he's gotten a little soft. I think Jey has gotten a little soft and a little too cartoon-ish in this singles run of his. But how can you not like Jey? It appears that this bloodline civil war is about to unfold. I think Triple H is about to try to do what Vince McMahon never could. I think Triple H is going to get Roman Reigns over as a babyface. I don't know, man. I don't know. We got the Usos reforming. I can see the Usos reforming after Jimmy got jumped. I can see Roman coming back as a babyface with the Usos. And then we got Solo, Tomatonga, and then Jacob Fatu. I think that's going to be sick. But I can see babyface Roman Reigns beginning to develop right before our eyes. Be interesting, man. Every run of Roman Reigns as a babyface has been a complete and total failure. But I've always said for years that he needs a good heel run before a good babyface run will come from it. And he has that, did that. I think we're going to get that babyface Roman, man. What do you guys think? I think it'll be nice. Cody tells Jey that he knows when one member of the Judgment Day is present, the rest aren't far behind. He offers to be at ringside for Jey's upcoming match against Finn Balor, and Jey tells Cody he appreciates that. He says he has to do it on his own, and Rhodes tells him he understands. Like, hey, man, I get it. He hugs him. He looks to leave, but stops and tells him, until we yeet again. Oh, God damn it. Fucking dead jokes, man. Finn Balor versus Jey Uso. Balor sneaks in from behind, blindsides Jey in the ring before the bell sounds. Balor continues to beat him down. Jey responds with a few right hands and a sunset flip, but Balor connects with a drop kick and an elbow drop as we see Damian Priest watching from the back. You got to watch from the side. I think he was watching from the side. I wasn't sure. Balor fires off a shoulder on Jey's midsection and then connects with a chop. He fires off more shoulders and chops, but Jey ascends to the top. Balor then trips him and kicks him out of the ring. That takes us to commercial break. Back from the break, Jey delivers a kick to Balor's midsection and lands a Samoan drop. Balor responds with a signature elbow drop and stomps on Jey, but Jey ascends to the top and looks to land an Uso splash. Balor avoids it and ascends to the top himself. They're just climbing back and forth. It's like playing Donkey Kong, man. He sets up for a coup de grace, but Jey moves out of the way and delivers a spear. He follows it up with an Uso splash for the win. Jey Uso rolling on. After the match, Damian Priest appears and holds his World Heavyweight Championship. Dominik and JD McDonough blindsides him. Finn Balor then joins the beatdown, but Jey super kicks Dominik and escapes through the crowd. Balor and McDonough try to stop him, but Jey sends them crashing into one another and exits through the crowd. This is what I was talking about with those awesome camera shots, because as Jey escaped through the crowd, he's walking up to the concourse area, and he's outside, and he's interacting with all the fans, man. He's high-fiving, he's, all this other shit. Some dude walked in front of him, and Jay just kind of just check that fool out of the way. And he goes to leave the building, and he sees Sami Zayn standing outside, looking up at the marquee of the arena. And Sami says he was reflecting on watching his very first professional wrestling show at the Bell Center. And now he's about to go out there and main event it. He then makes his way inside to the ring, through the crowd, through the very same path that Jey Uso just left. So if you're in the concourse area and you get to see Jey Uso coming out, go through the crowd, and then without even knowing, in comes Sami Zayn. I thought he was about to get mobbed. He made his way out into the arena, through the crowd, and those people went fucking batshit crazy, bro. I don't know what was going on right about there, but they lost their goddamn minds. It was so good. It was so heartwarming, man. Then out comes Chad Gable. Didn't get so much as a warm reception that Sami got. Gotta tell you. I don't think they were feeling Chad. The bell rings. These guys lock up. Gable executes a drop toe hold and then cinches in a side headlock. Zayn responds with a big arm drag, but Gable lands an arm drag of his own. Zayn lands a second arm drag, then low bridges Gable out of the ring before Gable gets back inside and stares down Zayn. They go into commercial break, man. You can tell this match is about to be epic. If you know nothing about Chad Gable, you need to know this. This guy is a ring general. An absolute ring general. Let's see. We get back from the break. Zayn grabs his knee on the outside as Gable ascends to the top and delivers a splash. He gets Zayn back into the ring, then ascends to the top and connects with a diving headbutt. That diving headbutt is always scary. That is always something scary to see. You just have flashbacks of Benoit and everything else, but to me, that's such a cringe spot to watch. Gable then delivers a dragon screw and continues wearing down Zayn's knee before he levels him. Zayn responds with a clothesline and ascends to the middle rope. He then lands an elbow drop. Gable rolls up Zayn, but Zayn kicked out. Gable cinches an ankle lock in, but Zayn manages to escape, sending Gable to the outside in the process. He then flies off the ropes to level Gable. I don't know how many of you thought that Sami was going to lose this match in Montreal, but the Vince McMahon days are over. That was never going to happen. That was never a possibility. They come back from break. Gable delivers a T-bone suplex to Zayn. He follows it up with a German suplex, but Zayn connects with a few back elbows and a German suplex of his own. Gable responds with another German suplex, but Zayn lands two more of his own. Zayn and Zabel then exchange right hands before Zayn delivers an exploder to Gable and sets up for the haluva kick. Gable moves out of the way before he lands it and transition into an ankle lock. There was a point here where Gable ascends to the top, but Zayn counters into a powerbomb mid-air. He looks to lock in the sharpshooter, but his knee gives out. What looked to have happened here is it looked like Sami twisted his ankle, legit, like hard way, twisted his ankle, putting on that sharpshooter. It looked like that was not supposed to happen that way. It looks like he sprained it, tweaked it, but you can see where it buckled over on him, and you can see that must have hurt like holy hell. Um, so his knee gives out. He sets up for a Helluva Kick, but Gable avoids it and delivers a German suplex to him in the corner. He ascends to the top and looks to fly, but Zayn looks to get his knees up. Gable sees him and transitions into another ankle lock, counters into a roll-up. Gable kicks out, and Zayn delivers an exploder to him in a corner. He follows it up with a Helluva Kick for the win. Sami Zayn returns in Montreal. There will be no Montreal screw job. Sami Zayn goes around, high-fives some fans, hugs his wife, his kid, having a good time, celebrating at home, and then the show peacefully and calmly goes off the air, and everyone's happy. Wrong. Chad Gable turned and beat the shit out of Sami Zayn. Loved it. It was beautiful. It was so good. After the match, Zayn helps Gable up out of the corner. Gable holds up Zayn's hand like, hey, he's the winner. He's the guy. Zayn follows suit, celebrates with him, but Gable blindsides him and delivers a German suplex to him in front of his family. He sends them crashing to the ring post and dumps him over the announce desk, gets him back in the ring, and cinches an ankle lock on that already injured ankle of his. Officials appear to separate them, but Gable keeps the hold locked in as we go off the air. Rumor has it that Gable is still holding Sami Zayn in that ankle lock 12, 13 hours later. I thought it was a thing of beauty. I thought that there is no better way. There's no better way to turn Chad Gable heel than in front of the Montreal crowd. I believe that gives his heel turn the absolute best chance to succeed. And I think it was a mission accomplished. I don't think there was a need to screw Sami Zayn to get that heat. I think they did it right. Let Sami retain, remain as champion, and Chad can still get that heat after a loss. So I think that was very well done. All in all, not a bad show. Not a bad show. Not a great show. We're going to give it the very safe and respectable 3 taco meal. Maybe some rice, some refried beans on the side. Maybe. But all in all, not a bad show, man. Can't complain. Guys, that is it for today's show. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's see if we have any super chats to get into. We do not. We do have MGM Ballin here for 14 months. 14 consecutive months, man. That's phenomenal. So glad you and your son are back home. We love to see you, Jesse. Taco Crew forever, man. Thank you so much, man. I'm happy to be back. I'm trying to get back into the normal swing of things, you know, and I'm getting there. You know, emotionally, I'm getting there. Let me see what you guys are talking about in chat, man. Guys, thanks to my son. So we had a doctor's appointment today for my son. He is going to be allowed to go back to school on a short-term basis, but he's not going to be doing full days just yet. But the x-rays and the progress and everything that they have seen looks good. Looks good. It's not moving fast, but it's improving. And we were already aware that it was going to be a long uphill battle. So, I think it's working out pretty good, man. He still has a pretty significant cough, and that's as expected when recovering from pneumonia. You know, so how many kids do I have? I have 3 kids. I have a set of twins, a boy-girl twins, and my oldest daughter. So I have 3 kids. Feels like I have 30, but it's 3. Who will be the new co-host for TNT? Will it be you? New co-host? I'm doing a podcast with JD tomorrow. Yes, I'm doing a podcast with JD tomorrow. I don't know why. What happened to Drew on TNT? You guys got to bear with me. I have not opened Twitter. I have not been aware of anything going on. He left. He quit. I have no idea, guys. I've been focused on taking care of my son. I have no idea. This is all news to me. So, who do you think wins, Moose or Nemeth? Moose. Moose should win. I think taking that title off of Moose right now is a huge mistake. He's just getting his feet wet. Let the man cook. Guys, we're going to get out of here. I wanted to get this up and done so you guys could be ready to go for TNT tonight. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be on the AEW Dynamite review. It's looking like Angle is going to be JD's new co-host. Thank you so much for being here. Follow me on Twitter if you have not. Follow me on Instagram if you have not. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of your well wishes and everything else. I will see you guys next time, which is what? Tomorrow. Peace.
Saw the light of the earth and I've been fucked up since then. This fusion, clenching, the might get a bitch contusions. It's two of Chicago's fucking gruesome. Introducing you to flux. Big dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? All over the world, it's the same old thing. Psychodrama, fluctuating.
My continuous output, my flow of ideas for years been thrilling in me. Please don't stop this feeling in me before the feeling get to killing in me. See, I'm into mayhem. When the play hit the streets of havoc, and then I'm ready to your grave. Man, Lucifer got nothing to do with this shit. To the days of dirt, getting fucked up within. And I put that on the house, bitch. To the days of the dirt, you gon' cancel that down shit.
And you can inhale the danger. Consider this us spilling out pills of anger. Fuck around, swell a vein up and make you rebel on a stranger. Can't contain the things I'm thinking. Sometimes I be feel like I'm sinking in the motherfucking words of the rap. Floating in the ink pen, breathing and blinking as I lead you to the brink and push you off in the deep end of the issue. Out of the realm of reaching, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to hit you cause you sleeping. Chicago will be your motherfucking shit. Here to show you how worse of it fucking get. Don't play by books. I'm really up in it, burning the rules. Fuck that instruction shit.